Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, singer-songwriter Vero G. She'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. Like I said, I have a very special guest for you, Vero G. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you. You know, last time we had you was a couple years ago, so a lot has changed just musically for you, a lot of new growth, a lot of just things in the industry as a whole. So we've also gained a lot of new viewers and followers. So let's kind of take it back to the beginning, kind of share with everyone a little bit about your background and how you got started.
Sure. So I'll make it short. So I've been doing this for over 10 years now. I am an artist, model, entrepreneur, radio and TV show host, as you can say. I am an author as well, a poet. I feel like, just being a jack of all trades is a great thing because you can kind of utilize that for different things. And, born and raised on the Lower East Side, and also in the Bronx as well, combination of both. Music's always been a passion of mine since a very young age. And I feel like down the line, it's where like you mentioned last time we spoke in person, from that show to now, I've seen a tremendous amount of growth as an artist, entrepreneur, and everything I've done. And I feel like everything I put into it, it's 100% what I love to do and give back. That's my main goal.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the music.
Oh, yes.
For those who don't know, what is your style of music? When we put on a Vero G album, what are we looking to hear?
I love this. Okay, so it's like a eclectic of different types of genres, like overall hip hop, if R&B, bachata, a little Spanish in there, of course, and pop. So it's a little combination of everything, you could say. Yeah,
absolutely. So what's your background? I know you have a little Latin influence in you, but let's talk about it.
Definitely. So as you know, I'm Puerto Rican, a proud Latina to be, especially what we do in this atmosphere and this environment and overall industry as well. I just feel like it's just embracing, and we need to have more women as well, or women of color, to embrace, especially in this kind of industry as well overall. But down the line, like you mentioned, being a Latina is just amazing, and I'm honored just to embrace that.
Absolutely. So how have you been able to blend the Latin and the hip hop? Because here in New York, we get all of that,
Yes.
Whether you're in the Bronx, Lower East Side, Brooklyn, we have so much different flavors of music. And that really is a true representation of New York. Depending on where you go, you're going to get different pockets of things.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you kind of blend that all together?
I feel like with the fusion of, like you said, with Latin and hip hop and everything, it's born and raised listening to it, my background and in my neighborhood. I feel like, it's just instilled in me.
In the barrio?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have family there, too. I mean, what's up, everybody down there? But, it's just the embracing of it, and just accepting, what salsa, merengue, all the types of Spanish music and mixed with, what you learn even from the 90s. Hip-hop was big back then, even 80s and so forth. And I just embrace it and put it all together what I'm doing now with my music and that. Yeah.
So let's talk about the album, because when I first met you, you were working on it. You had a couple of EPs, and you always done a lot of your own writing, which is fantastic. Always write. How would you say your writing style has progressed and changed?
Wow, that's a good question. Since the last time we spoke, I felt like I had gone through a soul searching, you could say, journey from that time till now. And with this last, actually the latest album we have here is called Victory, third album, actually, yeah, guys. And you guys could get that as well on all digital platforms, by the way. And that's already, I just got the hard copy today, so if you're interested, hit me up. I'll give you information a bit about that. And like I said, it's been a long journey overall as an artist, and going through personal things I went through and utilizing that in my music. And from that time to now, the growth really has gone far from that point on. Yeah.
So let's talk about the first album, when
Yes.
you first debuted it, because this is album number 3.
Yes, yes.
So let's talk about album number 1 and looking back at from
God.
the third to the first. So, what was the first album all about?
Yes. Okay, so the first one's called Trials and Tribulations, and that was basically things I went through in my past. A lot of heartfelt stuff, like heartbreak, things we all could go through, love and all that sorts. And I felt like down the line, I had to put that in this album. So it was very rough edged, had a lot of hip hop to it, a little bit of pop, but mostly hip hop with that album. And then the second one, actually, it's right here, the Rise of Vero G, which just came out last year as well, 2020. Yay. So I'm excited for this one because this is more into pop and more, of course, heartfelt songs that I felt like it was definitely needed for that time, especially with the COVID and everything else.
And then what are we hearing about? I see there's 10 tracks on this album.
Yes, he's good. Okay. So this album itself actually is very special because I was going through a really tough time that last year, and some personal things, and I felt at that time it was definitely needed to put it in this album. And actually, one of the songs there I just mentioned, I just did with Cuban Link. Big shout out to you as well, Cuban Link Goya, as his management Goya. And yeah, definitely I had the honor to work with him last year. And the music video is out. It actually got over 16K views on YouTube alone, which is phenomenal. So thank you guys for watching and sharing and negative and positive comments. I love it. You're still watching it. Thank you.
I always say that. You're giving me a view regardless.
Hey, yeah, I'm happy, man. Exactly.
So how was that experience getting to work with Cuban Link?
Oh my, it's funny because like I said, he's always one of the persons I always want to work with. So overall, I just had the honor and privilege to work with him and just to be in the same studio and to get the song together and all that sorts. It was something I will never forget. It's just remarkable and just momentum, in that sense.
So you kind of brought up a topic I was going to talk about, which is the studio session. So how would you describe a Vero G studio session when you go in there, whether it's a writing session or when you're going to lay down the vocals? Kind of describe those different sessions, because people love the behind the scenes.
No, I love that's the best part. I always feel like the behind the scenes is when you gravitate and find the person we're working the most, like to getting to where they're at now. And I feel like being in the studio, it gives me that time to be very spiritual and just let out how I feel. And I love the studio moments. It's just something that you can't put words into. It's just making a masterpiece.
Of course. So like with this latest project, 10 songs made the cut.
Yes.
How many were written in total then, and how did you really make that selection process of what is going to make the final cut and what's going to be put on the side for maybe a later date?
See, that's a really good question. Okay, actually, I had up to 20 songs for this album. And then I started breaking down the as they say, elimination or cutting, what we call a cutting board or something, like, just cutting it out. I, down the line, realized these were the songs that I felt like was the perfect theme for this album itself. And then the next one will be Here I Am. That's the EP I'm working on for this year. So that's going to be continuing from that to that part. And this album, like I said, is very personal, and it's something that I felt the world needs to hear. Like different things of Black Lives Matter, different things as like it's a heartbreak, losing a loved one. It's more in the depth into different issues we all can relate to.
That's great.
Thank you.
So 20 songs. So what are we going to do with those others that didn't make it?
Oh, no. I'm going to break it down. Actually, I'm working on 2 EPs. So I'm working on that. The one is called Here I Am, and the other one I think it's another, I forget. It's Untitled. So keep that on the look for now, for this year.
All right. Well, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So Vero G in the hot seat tonight. So you said you're also an author. You've been working on some great things. Let's talk about that written piece that you actually have out there on Amazon.
Yeah, so as you guys know, I have like over 30 publications on Amazon. You guys could check it out. Poetry books, guide books as well, and some of them are personal books as well, to my collection of that. The latest one I mentioned, it's already on Amazon, so you guys could check it out. It's called Crying in the Dark. That book is a very personalized book. I decided to write for this year, especially with COVID and everything that's been happening. You know, everybody's going through a lot of tough times. And I felt this was my time. I felt like this year is my self-awareness time to heal. And with that itself, I feel this book was definitely a tool for anybody down the line who's going through or suffering through mental health and awareness as well, combined with that. I'll tell the world I do suffer through depression. I have no shame in it. And I deal with other things, but this is the main one I feel like definitely needs to talk about, because people now losing their jobs or dying. I mean, it's a
challenging time.
Oh, yes, definitely.
People are wearing a smile, and there's so much sadness behind that smile.
Oh, definitely. And I feel like, people see me as perky, upbeat, but they don't really see behind the closed doors. And I feel like this is an open door for them to see, kind of like, I'm a human being. I'm just like anybody else. I cry, I bleed. And that one, I just want this to help other people who are going through it and let them know they're not alone with that in mind.
And I think with mental illness in Black and brown communities, there's just kind of still, I don't want to say taboo, because it's getting less of that, but it's not to the level that our counterparts have it, where it's so accepted. You can go and tell your parents that you're depressed, and you go to Caribbean parents, they're like, depressed?
What's that? Yeah,
am I feeding you? Am I giving you shelter? It's like, you have no reason to be depressed. But it's a deeper thing. Or when people look at celebrities and be like, you have all the money in the world, why are you depressed? That doesn't mean you're not susceptible to feeling things.
So true.
Is there anything in particular that you could share? I know you shared about the depression, but,
yes.
A little bit deeper, because you have so many other publications as well. Is there any personal things that kind of maybe led to these songs or led to the writings?
Oh, my. I mean, I could go all day for this. Overall, I think prior to that, I had another book actually called Trials and Tribulations and Autobiography of Vero G. And with that book itself, I am a domestic violence survivor. So with that, I went through other traumas in my life, and that's why depression kind of kicks in with that whole entire situation. And I, to this day, talking about it, I feel good to let it out, because, you never know who's going through it. You never know who maybe just say, oh, wow, they are overcoming things, and maybe I need to be that person to get out of that situation before it gets worse, and that's definitely needed. And actually, I have a documentary, actually 2 of them. It came out last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's called The Mask Behind the Mask, and that is an amazing documentary. You guys definitely check it out. It's on my YouTube channel, Vero G Spotlight TV Network. Please check it out. It talks about domestic violence for everyone, men and women go through it, and even families. And we need to really embrace that, and that's what we put that in the documentary for that. And a big shout out to Empire Media for that, who was the director, and Shauna Gordine as well for the production for that and all that. And the docufilm, this one for this year, is called Trials and Tribulations, which will talk more about what you mentioned, depression, and you get to see more of me. So I'm excited for that project, and I can't wait.
How long did it take to complete that?
Wow. For mine, it's 2 years, over 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was... It was kind of sitting back in the corner. I'm not gonna lie. I had to be on top of the person. Like, listen, come on, I gotta push this out. But I think this is the right time now to put it on.
2 years later, you have a final project.
Yes. It'll be hopefully by the end of this month or by February. It should be out. Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
How are you feeling about the rough cuts and the snippets already?
I'm very icky on that, because it's like I'm like, all right, we gotta finish this up. We gotta. I love the behind the scenes, like, seeing how the progress of that, but the trailer, I'm really more for the trailer, because the trailer's going to bring more attraction to, like, I want to see it when it's coming out, so that's my focus on that. Yeah.
So what are some career highlights that you could say throughout your 10 years of being at this? That are some of the key things. I mean, probably working with Cuban Links, you'll probably be a highlight. But what are some of the other highlights?
Oh, man. I mean, my first one was actually, this is a true story. I performed many years ago at New York Composed Cafe, my first performance there. And then I think it was 7 years later, on the same stage. I have a production now, which is called Vero G Productions, and I have a team with Empire Media, and we basically do showcases. We can't do now because of COVID, but before we did venues and stuff, surf and that, and that was actually one of our first places we did our showcase, and it was just like, I perform here. Years to come, I'm not here having my own production and showcases and TV and all that. So it's just amazing to see like the growth, like you mentioned, and to show people like you could go far in life, but no matter what stops you, like just keep going, man.
So I've heard you mention a couple times your production company.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Oh yes, I'm excited. Yeah, so I'm laying it on right now. So you guys, we do music videos, we do photography, editing, lots of resources. We do, I'll prefer here right now. The Vero G Spotlight magazine, guys, which is monthly, by the way. It releases every first of the month, and you guys get digital or print or both. And this is December's issue here, but we have January issue already out. If you're interested, just go to MacCloud, type the name here, and you guys can check it out. And we have on this issue V. Anna Marie. She's from always from Boston, an amazing, upcoming, inspiring artist. So big shout out to her, and Keith, by the way. So if you guys watching, what's up? But yeah, like I said, this is one of the things we do for the production. We do magazine, we do radio as well. We do TF radio every Wednesdays. Cheap plug. 6 p.m. 7 p.m. Yes, watch, you guys are saying. Okay. For the Vero G Spotlight TV, awkward. Vero G Spotlight radio show with myself, host Vero G, co-host the Loudmouth, Gemini Stacks, and we have a list of DJs. So we do a little bit of everything, and I feel like I mentioned before to you, like we have to embrace and inspire people, especially these tough times, and just the ego's got to go. We're not with that. Like, if as long as you have talent and you're great at what you do, come along and we'll help you, and we have resources. So, and that's what we could do.
How does it make you feel that you're running your own business?
Oh my God, it feels great. I have to tell you. And like I said before, it took a long time because, from beginning as, being, I'm still an unsigned artist, so I'm still doing what I have to do. But down the lines from the beginnings to now, looking at it, talking about it right now with you, I feel it's amazing to have something that's yours. And to not down the line say, well, I had to do this. No, you work hard for it. You put in sweat, your money, your tears, everything. And to see it blossoming down the line and people embracing you, that's what matters. Yeah.
Of course. And that's such a nice feeling because it's the production company, the music. It's a lot all coming together.
Definitely.
But it's really, really good. We'll hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So, Vero, getting ready. It's the last segment. So, of course, we have to make sure that everybody at home knows how to get in contact with you. So, what is your social media? And then I want to talk about how social media has helped you with all these projects.
Definitely. So it's a lot. I'll make it short. Okay. You guys can check out my website at www.verogmusic.com. You guys could check me out on my artist page on Facebook, Vero G. You can find me on Instagram, Diva and Diamonds. And you could, if you want to email me for bookings so forth, even though we kind of with the COVID situation, you can email me at vero2884@yahoo.com. And pretty much there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's great. So you have a lot of socially connected. Definitely could do that. Let's talk about the rest of the plans for 2021. What are we looking like? I know with COVID, things are a little bit modified, but
I know.
What do we still have in the pipes for the rest of the year?
Ooh, definitely new music. So stay tuned. New music coming along the way. I'm excited for that. I'm working on another book as we speak right now, so that's another thing coming soon. I would say just more things to come for the production itself, for the radio, TV, with combination of both for that, and just we'll see what happens this year. Actually, we have I'm adding this in there as well. We just released a mixtape this year for New Year's Eve, and downloads are crazy. We've got like 173 downloads already within the week. So thank you guys for downloading and checking it out on all platforms, iHeart, Deezer, all that stuff. Thank you guys, and we're just working on new stuff, and just blessings for everyone watching and for yourself, guys, and thank you.
Absolutely. You know, and you do, I know you're not doing the showcases right now.
Yeah.
But when you do work with a lot of these new artists, what kind of advice do you give them, even though you're unsigned? And it doesn't matter that you're technically not signed because you have industry experience, you're doing a lot. But real up-and-coming artists who are new to performance, who've never hit the stage, what advice do you have for them?
Oh, man, it's 3 things I always tell people. Initially, when we did the showcase before, we do online, but not as frequent now. But when we did on venues and stuff like that, I would tell 3 things is be patient. Second thing is always be humble. And my third main one I always tell all independent artists out there is just be kind. Be kind, because there's a lot of people out there where I've seen it where they're about getting the fast moment and getting the high, getting the high moment and just trying to get there. But they don't realize these are the 3 elements that they need, and being consistent. That's another one. And just be kind to people. Like, just be humble. And those are the 4 things I feel. The 4 elements that's very needed to be successful as an independent artist. And you don't really need a label. Honestly, I mean, like for example, Drake did it. Mac Miller, rest in peace, he did it. I mean, there's a few people out there that they didn't need no backing. And it was the support that really created who they are now.
Well, I think if the music truly is good, the music, that's the one thing that, politics aside, because there's a lot of fight downs and labels and all those different things. If the music is good, you cannot stop the music.
So true.
You can't. At some point, you'll have to play it. You'll have to. If it's hot, it's hot, and you'll be missing out if you're not playing it.
That's true.
So I kind of noticed that for sure. What do you miss most about the pre-COVID life?
Oh man, that's a really good question. I would say honestly, it was just I was out there. We were doing like shows maybe twice a month, booking it, and then doing different things, going out, enjoying life. And then when the COVID came, it just shut everything down, and to the point where it's like now it's like you have to wear like all these the scarves or whatever, the masks and stuff, and it's like you can't be around certain people, and you're like, oh man, it's really bad. I mean, I don't know. It's changed a lot of people's mind and the perspective on things.
How has it changed the business for you?
I will be honest, it had decreased a little bit because we were really depending on venues and stuff like that, and they shut down. But we took a hit, but we're slowly getting right back up, and in due time we're waiting for this year to see what happens, and that's all right. And I do want to add one quick thing. You guys could check out, you guys could vote for our song, Come With Me, Vente Conmigo, at www.radio.com. Vote once a week, and under Latin category, we try hopefully get an award this year for the song. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, wow. Repeat that information again.
Yes.
We'd love to support.
No, not a problem. Yes, guys, vote. I feel like I'm a politician. Vote, guys, for the song Come With Me, featuring Cuban Link. It's on www.ldmradio.com, where you guys could go to Latin category. Go to vote, Latin category. You'll see a name, click, submit. That's about it. And it's once a week. Yeah, Hey, every vote counts, guys.
Absolutely. And then you have an opportunity to win,
Oh, yeah. I'm trying, man. I'm trying here.
Have you received any awards so far?
Well, I was nominated 3 times, but maybe this time I'll get something. Well, it's the same award show, so I don't know. We're trying.
Well, that's all we could do.
Definitely.
And you've definitely been consistent. You're putting the work in. With all those publications that you have, there's a lot of work. Oh, man, no joke. Definitely. And then, of course, you're also a parent.
Yes. So that's another added bonus to that. So, it's tough because you got to balance everything else, being a family and, being a business mom, business person, in that sense. And it's balance. I realize balance is key for everything. Yeah.
But is there anything that you wish you could do different?
After COVID, I realized it gave me more time to reevaluate as being a mom and, and just being a businesswoman and entrepreneur. And I realized I have to spend a little more time with the family because I've been so focused with the business. Sometimes you get kind of carried away. And that's what gave me the benefit of the COVID situation last year.
There is a little bit of a benefit to it. It did kind of make things hit reset.
Yeah, definitely.
So it gave us that reset and kind of humanized things.
Definitely.
I miss not being on the subway as much. You know, you're kind of homebound. There's certain things that I'm like, do I really want to go back to that?
Yeah.
I kind of like this working from home situation.
So, you like have to deal with people. You're like, okay, I got the video cam. I'm good. I got the shirt. Nobody had to see the bottom. You know.
That is very true.
Yeah, see, it comes in handy sometimes.
You know, getting to do everything virtually. But I think it just really kind of showed the nature of how the business and everything is going to be moving forward. Yes. Remote learning.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. But I think it helped along. You know, when my child was remote, because it kind of helped him now to balance as well. To, you know, he's in high school, so it's like you gotta have to know how to challenge things and put it together and that sort of thing. Yeah.
So that's great. Any final words that you want to say to the Beyond Focus family?
Yes, guys, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here again and to talk about, you know, since we last met, what I've been doing. Big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to Gen Prime Media, Gemini Stacks, Gary, Xavier, Tooley. He's actually one of our, Dooley, forgive me. He's one of our representative in Ohio. So big shout out to him and just everyone. Blessings for this year. Blessings.
I love it. You know, got to shout out the team and make sure that everyone's doing their part.
Yes.
I know you have a lot going on, so thank you so much, and I will love to have you back again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Vero G, everyone. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back again next week. Same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.